A warning. Bali tourists are unknowingly eating dog meat. This is what a new investigation has revealed. Well, I'm sure that people that visit such places probably understand that they're being conned somehow with what they're eating. Dogs in Bali are being taken off the streets and killed to be sold to tourists disguised as chicken in meals, according to a new investigation that reveals the shocking scale of the illegal dog meat trade on the island. Bali is a very popular destination for Americans, Europeans, and Australian tourists, attracting both budget backpackers and luxury honeymooners. The island is famous around the world as a tropical paradise. But according to the disturbing new investigation, Western tourists to the island are being duped and are unknowingly eating dog meat that they think is chicken. Animal protection organization Animals Australia recently conducted an investigation into this matter entitled Bali's Hidden Meat Trade and its Disturbing Connection to Australian Tourism, quote unquote. Warning, there's graphic images in here. Independent reports, they found that every day dogs, including pets, are being taken off the streets of Bali and killed, often brutally, to be sold as meat to tourists. Quote, dumped in bamboo crates or plastic rice sacks, terrified dogs await the nightly slaughter with legs tied and mouths taped shut, Animals Australia says, and they add, they might languish like this for hours or days without food or water. One by one, they will be brutally slaughtered in full view of their companions, and business is booming. Year on year, 7 times more dogs are slaughtered in Bali than in China's notorious Yuling dog eating festival, unquote. It's reportedly street food vendors who are most likely to be selling dog meat as chicken, but about 70 restaurants in Bali have been found to sell dog meat as well. Often it's sold with the word satay, and the sellers allow tourists to presume that it's chicken. Quote, tourists will walk down a street, they'll see a street store selling satay, but what they are not realizing is the letters RW on the store mean it is dog meat served, end quote. Animals Australia campaign director Lynn White told ABC, quote, poisoned meat is entering the food chain. The dog meat trade breaches animal cruelty laws and food safety laws. This is a statement of fact, she said. Animal Australia used an undercover investigator to find out just how bad the dog trade is in Bali. The investigator said, I began the investigation by pinpointing and getting to know the key players in Bali's completely unregulated dog meat industry. Eventually, they invited me to join them as their gang stole, hunted, poisoned, and killed dogs. He spoke to a seller who admitted he was selling dog meat, but then proceeded to tell tourists it was chicken. He said, as an animal cruelty investigator, I have trained myself to cope with cruelty, but nothing prepared me for the brutal catching of dogs in the village. I focused on my camera work, but it was gut-wrenching to hear these dogs screaming and wailing in terror and sorrow. Not only are dogs being tortured for this trade, but those who eat the meat could also be at risk. Well, we know that. You cannot eat a carnivorous animal, otherwise you are in risk of course, getting very ill and dying. According to New South Wales Poisons Information Centre Director Dr. Andrew Dawson, the dog meat could be poisoned, which could lead to symptoms such as nausea, muscle aches, shortness of breath, and may also cause organ and nerve damage. Quote, if you are eating, for example, a curry and it was including bits of the animal's stomach or the heart, then you would expect really high concentrations of cyanide, which could be fatal, Dawson said. Some people in Bali are fighting to end the trade, though. The Balinese Animal Welfare Association, for example, works to protect the island's dogs. They're currently looking after about 150 dogs, but it's a long way off the estimated 70,000 that are slaughtered every year for the dog meat trade. I again warn you, the pictures here are very graphic. Kindly support my Patreon account since that's the only way I can continue what you like seeing on this channel. Thank you. You'll find it in the description box below.